Mrs. Hello Kitty by Cynthia. A long time ago in London, there was a beautiful girl called Hello Kitty. She had long blonde hair and big watery eyes. She was born in a very rich family, but she was rude and lazy. She even liked showing off a lot. She wasn't helpful at all. She was the most selfish person in the universe. Therefore, people in London did not like her. One day, she saw a poor lady begging for money in the park. The poor lady felt helpless because no one wanted to help her. Mrs. Hello Kitty said to the poor lady rudely, "Say, I've got a lot of money, but I won't give you as you are dirty." Suddenly, a fairy came and she said to Mrs. Hello Kitty, I know you have many things, but you needed to share." She shook her head and said, "I won't share with ugly people." Then the fairy said, "If you don't help people, you will regret it." The girl answered, "I don't care." Okay. The next day, she saw a young man sitting by the sea. He sadly sighed, "I don't have any money to buy paper, pencils, and rulers." Hello Kitty went to the stationery shop and bought the things the man needed. But, however, she did not plan to help the man. She returned to the man and told him, "See, I have a lot of things, but I'm not going to give them to you." Why did her heart crack? The man cried horribly with tears covering his face. Suddenly, the fairies came again and said, "This is the last chance, and you didn't help the man. You may be punished. You will become very ugly." She begged, "Please forgive me. I will be good. Please give me one more chance." Then the fairy screamed, "No! Abracadabra!"
Abracadabra.
The fairy turned her into a very ugly person. Her face became green with a tall and pointy nose and a pair of small eyes. It became wrinkled and she was old. She was scared of her own face. This is cartoon only. Cartoon version only. Don't think that she's lovely. The real face is behind. And people, if you have heart disease, don't see the picture behind. Did you ever think that a winch can fly with a hoover? When she looked at the mirror, she screamed, exactly screamed loudly, "Why, I'm so ugly!" But suddenly she heard a voice, "You deserve it." The middle of the page. When she looked back, there was no one. She was very scared and knew that she wasn't dreaming. She said to herself, From now on, I need to be good and help 100 people in 9 days. From now on, I need to be good and help 100 people in 9 days. The next day, she could see a poor and ugly girl with a bad nose and in a old and dirty clothes, crying and knocking on her door. The girl, Nicole, asks, "Can I stay with you for 3 days, please? Because my parents are in the hospital." Yes, no? At this moment, Mrs. Hello Kitty didn't want to help poor people, but she thought of her ugly self and said, yes. Nicole was very delighted and asked her for $2,000 to help with her parents' disease. Mrs. Hello Kitty was thinking seriously with her brows frowned. Nicole was worried, so she asked, "Is it a loss?" Mrs. Hello Kitty replied, "It's okay. I will give you $3,000. I hope your parents will recover soon." Alright. The 3 days that they spent together, they helped each other and started care of each other, always playing with and laughing. They become friends. It's the end now. The first day, Hello Kitty only let poor little Nicole sleep in a wooden bed with no mattress and gave her disgusting food like leftover food. The second day, she gave her an ordinary bed and normal food like an omelette and pork. The third day, she let her sleep with her in the same bed and cooked her the best food in the universe. Together, they made cheese pizzas, baked broccoli with cheese, and a chocolate cake with strawberries for dessert. They talked and laughed all night long. See, a hard bed, and then a bed and this. And the third day, so many food they make together. Now that 3 days had gone, it was time for Nicole to go find her parents at the hospital. When they had to say goodbye to each other, there were tears on both of their face. They gave each other a big hug, and the little girls set off with a crying and sad face. Bye. Suddenly, the fairy came from the window. Mrs. Hello Kitty was pleased to see her. The fairy said, hello, it's me again, Hello Kitty. I'm going to grant you a wish. What would you like? Mrs. Hello Kitty replied, I want the little girl's parents to recover and be healthy again. The fairy was touched, so she said, yes, and I will turn you back to a really pretty girl like before. If you really behave and promise to help everyone you can. I want the little girl's parents to recover and be happy again. With a whoosh of the fairy wand, Mrs. Hello Kitty looked as pretty and lovely as she was before. When she looked at the mirror, she couldn't recognize herself. She sure was shocked, but also happy to see such a beautiful girl. At the lady's house. A week later, there was a knock on Mrs. Hello Kitty's door. She opened the door. It was a little girl Nicole. She said, I have come to thank you for the money. My parents are well now. Oh, thanks to you. Here is the money you gave me. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hello Kitty offered. Oh, would you like to live with me? They agreed. Yes! And they lived happily ever after. See a rainbow. Check. Please collect order of my books. Mr. Jelly, Mrs. Tall, Mr. Tall, Mrs. Witch, Mrs. Little, Mrs. Straw, Mr. Straw, Mr. Grumpy, Little Miss Happy, Miss Liverpool, and Mrs. Hart. Bye-bye. Mrs. Hello Kitty by Cynthia Lowe. A long time ago in London, there was a beautiful girl called Hello Kitty. She had long blonde hair and big watery eyes. She was born in a very rich family, but she was rude and lazy. She even liked showing off a lot. She wasn't helpful at all. She was the most selfish person in the universe. Therefore, people in London did not like her. One day, she saw a poor lady begging for money in the park. The poor lady felt helpless because no one wanted to help her. Mrs. Hello Kitty said to the poor lady rudely, "See, I've got a lot of money, but I won't give you as you are dirty." Suddenly, a fairy came, and she said to Mrs. Hello Kitty, I know you have many things, but you needed to share." She shook her head and said, "I won't share with ugly people." Then the fairy said, "If you don't help people, you will regret it." The girl answered, "I don't care." Okay. The next day, she saw a young man sitting by the sea. He sadly sighed, "I don't have any money to buy paper, pencils, and rulers." Hello Kitty went to the stationery shop and bought the things the man needed. But, however, she did not plan to help the man. She returned to the man and told him, "See, I have a lot of things, but I'm not going to give them to you." Why did her heart crack? The man cried horribly with tears covering his face. Suddenly, the fairies came again and said, "This is the last chance, and you didn't help the man. You may be punished. You will become very ugly." She begged, "Please forgive me. I will be good. Please give me one more chance." Then the fairy screamed, "No!